88% of people fail their goals. That's not an opinion. That's a fact from research. Every January, millions set goals. By February, most have quit. But here's what nobody tells you. The problem is not you. The problem is how you set goals. Today, I'll reveal 5 mistakes that guarantee failure, and I'll show you the science-based fixes that actually work. Mistake number 3 will shock you. Let's begin. Welcome to English Through Truth. Here's something interesting. Scientists studied goal setting for decades. They discovered something surprising. Most goal-setting advice is completely wrong. The popular methods don't work. In fact, they make failure more likely. A study from the University of Scranton found that only 8% of people achieve their New Year's goals. That means 92% fail. But why? Researchers found 5 common mistakes. These mistakes appear again and again. People repeat them every year. They don't know they're sabotaging themselves. Today, you'll learn these 5 mistakes. More importantly, you'll learn how to avoid them. This information is based on psychology research, not motivational speeches. Let's discover the truth.
Mistake 1. Setting vague goals. The first mistake is vagueness. People say, "I want to be successful," or "I want to improve my English." These goals feel good, but they don't work. Why? Because your brain needs specificity. Your brain can't act on vague instructions. Dr. Edwin Locke, a psychologist, studied this for 40 years. He published over 400 studies on goal setting. His finding? Specific goals lead to higher performance than vague goals, always. In one study, he asked workers to do your best versus increase productivity by 20%. The specific group performed 90% better. That's a massive difference. Here's why specificity works. Your brain has something called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. This is a filter in your brain. It decides what information is important. When you set a vague goal, your RAS doesn't know what to look for. But when you set a specific goal, your RAS highlights relevant opportunities. You suddenly notice things you missed before. Let me give you an example. Bad goal, learn English. Better goal, learn 500 new English words in 6 months. Even better goal, learn 20 new English words every week by studying 15 minutes daily and using flashcards. See the difference? The specific goal tells you exactly what to do. Your brain knows the action steps. But here's the secret most people miss. Specificity must include measurement. You need numbers. How much, how many, by when. Without numbers, you can't track progress, and research shows that tracking progress is essential for motivation. A study in the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine found that people who tracked their goals were 76% more likely to succeed. Another example. Don't say exercise more, say exercise 30 minutes 3 times per week every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Your brain now has a clear plan. There's no confusion, no excuses. The specificity removes decision-making. You just follow the plan. Here's a practical tip. Use the SMART framework, but with a twist. Most people know SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. But researchers found that the most important parts are specific and measurable. Focus on these 2. Make your goals so specific that a stranger could understand exactly what you need to do. Research from Dominican University showed that people who wrote specific goals were 42% more likely to achieve them compared to people who just thought about their goals. Writing forces you to be specific. It reveals vagueness. So, write your goal down. If it sounds unclear on paper, it won't work in reality.
Mistake 2. Focusing only on outcome goals. The second mistake is outcome obsession. People focus only on the end result. I want to weigh 60 kilograms.
I want to speak fluent English. I want to earn $100,000. These are outcome goals, and they're dangerous when used alone. Why? Because you don't control outcomes directly. You control actions. Research from Stanford University shows that outcome-focused people feel anxious and give up faster when they hit obstacles. They feel powerless. They think, "I'm not making progress," and they quit. There's a better approach. It's called process goals. Instead of focusing on the outcome, you focus on the behaviors that create the outcome. Dr. Carol Dweck, a Stanford psychologist, studied this extensively. She found that process-oriented people persist longer and achieve more. Here's the science. Your brain releases dopamine when you make progress. Dopamine is a motivation chemical. It makes you want to continue. But here's the problem with outcome goals. You only feel progress when you reach the final result. That might take months or years. Your brain doesn't get dopamine rewards during the journey, so motivation dies. Process goals fix this. Every time you complete a process, your brain gets a dopamine hit. You feel successful. This maintains motivation. A study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that process goals led to 30% more goal persistence compared to outcome goals. Let me show you examples. Outcome goal, lose 10 kilograms. Process goal, cook healthy meals 5 days per week. Outcome goal, speak fluent English. Process goal, practice English conversation 20 minutes daily. See the difference? The process is something you do today. The outcome is something that happens later as a result. Here's the secret that changes everything. Combine both types. Have one outcome goal for direction, then create 3 to 5 process goals that lead to that outcome. The outcome goal gives you a target. The process goals give you daily actions. This combination is powerful. Research example. A study tracked people trying to lose weight. Group A focused only on the outcome, lose weight. Group B focused on processes, track food, exercise daily, drink water. After 6 months, Group B lost 250% more weight. Why? Because they could control their daily behaviors. They felt successful every day. This sustained their motivation. For English learning, this is crucial. Don't just say, "become fluent." That's too far away. Instead, focus on read English 15 minutes daily. Write 10 sentences every morning. Watch 1 English video every day. These processes are in your control. You can do them today. And when you do them consistently, fluency happens naturally. Here's another secret from research. Process goals reduce anxiety. Outcome goals create pressure. I must achieve this or I'm a failure. Process goals create calmness. I just need to do today's task. A study from the University of Pennsylvania found that process-focused individuals reported 40% less stress while pursuing goals.
Mistake 3. Setting too many goals at once. This is the mistake that shocks people. Most goal-setting experts tell you to dream big, set many goals, but science says the opposite. Setting too many goals guarantees failure. Here's why. Your willpower is limited. It's like a battery. Every decision you make drains the battery. Psychologist Roy Baumeister discovered this. He called it ego depletion. When you try to change too many behaviors at once, you drain your willpower battery quickly. Then you have no energy left to resist temptations or stay disciplined. A famous study demonstrated this. Researchers asked people to resist eating cookies. Then they gave them a difficult puzzle. The people who resisted cookies gave up on the puzzle much faster. Why? Their willpower was already depleted.
The same thing happens with multiple goals. Each goal requires willpower. Too many goals equals depleted willpower equals failure. Stanford researcher B.J. Fogg studied behavior change for 20 years. His finding? Focus on one tiny habit at a time. Master it, then add another. People who try to change everything at once fail. People who focus on one change at a time succeed. His research showed that single-focused goals have an 80% success rate. Multiple goals simultaneously, only 35% success rate. But here's what most people do. January 1st arrives. They decide, I'll exercise daily, eat healthy, learn a language, read more, wake up early, meditate, and save money. 7 goals at once. By January 15th, they've abandoned all 7. Sound familiar? The secret is sequential goal setting. Pick one goal, focus on it completely for 2 to 3 months until it becomes automatic. Then add a second goal. James Clear, who researched habit formation, calls this habit stacking. You build one habit solidly before adding another. Research from University College London found that habits take an average of 66 days to form. Some take 18 days, some take 254 days. It depends on the habit's complexity. But the key point, you need focused attention to form a habit. Divide your attention across multiple goals and nothing becomes automatic. Here's a practical example. You want to improve English. Don't try to improve speaking, expand vocabulary, master grammar, enhance listening, and practice writing all at once. Start with 1, maybe vocabulary. Focus on learning 10 new words daily for 2 months. Once this becomes automatic, add speaking practice, then listening. Build one skill at a time. A study in the European Journal of Social Psychology tracked people building exercise habits. Group A tried to exercise and eat healthy and sleep better simultaneously. Group B focused only on exercise for 3 months, then added nutrition. After 1 year, Group B had successfully integrated all 3 habits. Group A had abandoned everything. The focused approach wins. Here's another secret. Multiple goals create decision fatigue. Every day you must decide, which goal do I work on today? Do I study English or go to the gym? These decisions drain your mental energy. One goal eliminates decisions. You know exactly what to do. Simplicity beats complexity.
Mistake 4. No implementation intentions. Mistake number 4 is abstract planning. People say, I'll study English more. I'll start exercising. I'll eat healthier. These statements are not plans. They're wishes, and wishes don't create results. Psychologist Peter Goldwitzer discovered something powerful. He studied implementation intentions. These are specific if-then plans. Format, if X situation happens, then I will do Y behavior. This simple formula increases success rates dramatically. The research is impressive. A study in the British Journal of Health Psychology examined people trying to exercise. Group A set a goal, I will exercise more. Group B created implementation intentions. If it's Monday at 7 a.m., then I will go to the gym for 30 minutes. After 1 month, 38% of Group A exercised regularly, but 91% of Group B exercised regularly. That's a 140% improvement just from better planning. Why does this work? Implementation intentions remove the need for motivation in the moment. You're not making a decision when you're tired or busy. You already decided. The plan is automatic. When the situation occurs, you act. It's like programming your brain. Here's the science. Your brain has 2 systems. System 1 is automatic and fast. System 2 is conscious and slow. Every decision uses System 2, which is mentally exhausting. Implementation intentions move behaviors to System 1. The behavior becomes automatic. No thinking required. No willpower needed. Let me show you examples. Bad plan,
I'll practice English when I have time. Better plan, if I finish breakfast at 8 a.m., then I will study English for 20 minutes. Bad plan, I'll eat healthy. Better plan, if I feel hungry between meals, then I will eat an apple or nuts, not chips. The format is crucial. If specific situation, then I will do specific action. Both parts must be specific. Vague situations and vague actions don't work. Your brain needs clarity to create automatic responses. Here's a secret from the research. Implementation intentions are especially powerful for obstacles. Plan for when things go wrong. Format, if obstacle occurs, then I will do an alternative action. Example, if it rains and I can't run outside, then I will do a 20-minute indoor workout video. A study from New York University found that people who planned for obstacles were 60% more likely to achieve their goals compared to people who only planned for ideal conditions. Why? Because obstacles always occur. Life is unpredictable. If you haven't planned for problems, you'll use them as excuses to quit. For English learning, implementation intentions are powerful. Don't just say, "I'll practice speaking." Instead, if I finish dinner at 7 p.m., then I will practice English speaking for 15 minutes using a language app. The specificity removes excuses. The if-then format makes it automatic. Another example, if I'm waiting in line or on public transport, then I will review English flashcards on my phone. You're connecting the behavior to a specific situation. Over time, the situation automatically triggers the behavior. This is how habits form. Research from the University of Pennsylvania showed that implementation intentions work because they create mental links between situations and actions. These links strengthen each time you execute the plan. Eventually, seeing the situation automatically triggers the desire to act. You don't need willpower anymore.
Mistake 5. No accountability system. The fifth mistake is isolation. People set goals privately. They don't tell anyone. They think, "I'll prove myself first, then share." But research shows this is backwards. Keeping goals private increases failure rates dramatically. Why? Because humans are social creatures. We perform better when others are watching. Psychologists call this social facilitation. The presence of others, even just knowing they're aware of your goals, improves performance. It's built into our psychology. Dr. Gail Matthews from Dominican University conducted a study with 267 participants. She divided them into groups. Group 1 thought about goals. Group 2 wrote down goals. Group 3 wrote goals and shared them with a friend. Group 4 wrote goals, shared them, and sent weekly progress updates. The results? Group 4 achieved their goals 76% more often than Group 1. Accountability created massive improvement. Here's the science. When you commit publicly, you activate a psychological principle called consistency bias. Humans have a deep need to be consistent with their public statements. If you tell people you're doing something, you feel pressure to follow through. This pressure is actually helpful. It sustains motivation when willpower is low. But here's what most people get wrong about accountability. They think it means harsh judgment. They fear failure in front of others, so they stay silent. But research shows that supportive accountability works best. You don't need someone to criticize you. You need someone to check in and encourage you. A study in the Journal of Consulting and Clinical Psychology examined weight loss programs. People with accountability partners lost 95% more weight than people working alone. The accountability partner didn't judge. They just asked, "How's it going? What did you do this week?" That simple check-in created powerful results. Here's how to create effective accountability. 3 options. First, find an accountability partner.
someone pursuing similar goals. Meet weekly, share progress, encourage each other. Second, join a group or community. Online communities work well. Third, use public commitment. Post your goal on social media, update your progress regularly. Research shows that weekly check-ins are optimal. Daily is too frequent and becomes annoying. Monthly is too rare and allows procrastination. Weekly provides the perfect balance. It's frequent enough to maintain focus, but not overwhelming. For English learning, accountability is transformative. Find a study partner. Message each other every week. I studied 5 days this week. How about you? Join an online English learning community. Share your progress or post on social media. Day 30 of learning English. Today I learned 10 new words. The public nature creates healthy pressure. Here's a secret from behavioral psychology. Accountability works best when combined with measurement. Don't just say, I'm studying English, track specific metrics. I studied 6 out of 7 days this week. I learned 67 new words this month. Numbers make accountability concrete. Your accountability partner can see real progress, not vague claims. A study from the American Society of Training and Development found that having an accountability appointment with someone increases your chance of success by 95%. Just one person, one regular check-in. That's all it takes. The difference between 8% success rate and 95% success rate is accountability. But here's the most important finding. Self-accountability also works if structured properly. Use a tracking system. Mark an X on your calendar every day you complete your process goal. Don't break the chain. This visual accountability triggers the same consistency bias. You don't want to see blank spaces on your calendar.
Conclusion. Let's review the 5 mistakes. Mistake 1. Vague goals. Fix, be specific with numbers. Mistake 2. Only outcome goals. Fix, focus on daily processes. Mistake 3. Too many goals. Fix, one goal at a time. Mistake 4. No implementation intentions. Fix, create if-then plans. Mistake 5. No accountability. Fix, share goals and track progress. These mistakes cause 88% of people to fail. But now you know better. You have the science-based solutions. These aren't motivational tricks. These are proven psychological principles. Researchers tested them on thousands of people. They work. Here's your action step. Take one goal, apply all 5 fixes, make it specific, create process goals, focus on only this one goal, write implementation intentions, find one accountability partner. Do this today, not tomorrow, today. Remember, success is not about willpower. It's about smart systems. These 5 fixes create a system that makes success automatic. Your brain will work with you, not against you. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to English Through Truth for more science-based personal development content. Share this with someone who struggles with goals. Leave a comment. What's one goal you'll apply these fixes to? See you in the next video. Remember, the truth will set you free.